major surprise, a warm welcome to the De Kuip Stadium. Ronaldo, one of the most famous players in the world, starts for Inter Milan as they try and pull back a one-goal deficit against Feyenoord, and you can see there is not a spare seat in the house, just under 52,000. And as Chris Guillon, their deeply religious Ghanaian, is showing you there, they are going to need Feyenoord a little bit of help from above probably, because Inter Milan have picked a full-strength side. They are top of Serie A. They played a weakened team in the San Siro last week. Feyenoord picked their pocket and won by a goal to nil. And the big names are back. Seedorf, Ronaldo, Nicola Ventola up front, Cristiano Zanetti and Stefan Dalmat particularly in midfield. Some task for the likes of Jon Dahl Tomasson and co. And there's the man who kept out Inter Milan 7 days ago. Edwin Zottabayer had an absolute stormer. Francesco Toldo didn't play. He was one of those rested. And there's Bert van Marwijk on the right there, who's the coach of Feyenoord, and who said this is one of the biggest days the club have had for some 20 years. They've only ever won 2 European trophies, Feyenoord. This competition way back in 1974, and the European Cup, which is now the Champions League, 4 years earlier. It's Inter Milan who've got us underway. They're attacking the goal away to our left, and if it looks a little foggy, it's purely the smoke from all the flares that have been set off by the Feyenoord fans when the sides came out. Forward it goes from Javier Zanetti. There are 2 Zanettis in the Inter side. Cristiano Zanetti is the other. They're not related. Now there's the man who averages pretty much a goal a game wherever he's been. Kalou plays it in towards Van Hooijdonk. Tomasson. A thumping challenge coming back from Emre. Fair one. Took it away from Jon Dahl Tomasson. Patrick Tauik, the absolute rock in the heart of that final midfield. Seedorf gets some booze. He's the Dutch man. Here's Ronaldo. First time Inter have threatened, and they had 2 players forward in the box there. Danger all around as far as Feyenoord were concerned. You could see there he's pointing where he wants the ball played. Ventola got to it first as well. 6 goals he's got in the tournament, Nicola Ventola. Absolute sensation at Bari, and he joined Inter for some $15 million US and had to settle in. Found that a struggle, was loaned out to Atalanta back at the start of the season, and the injury to Ronaldo and also problems with Vieri mean that he's played most of the time since then. Didier Agia, who always plays when he's fit. Just a reminder of how it works in the UEFA Cup. Just see this ball played in first. Neat little run, Van Hooijdonk. Was he tripped? He was. Free kick. And right in his sort of territory too. Protestations of innocence from Emre, the Turkish midfielder who they signed up from Galatasaray in the summer. Been described as the new Georgie Hagi by some. It wasn't the Georgie Hagi type tackle. Well, having said that, he got something on the ball and then he caught Van Hooijdonk afterwards. Now Van Hooijdonk is one of the best strikers of a dead ball, I was going to say in Europe, frankly in the world. Some of the free kicks he scored almost defy belief. He gets so much curl on the ball. In some bizarre way, this might be a bit too close for him. It's right at the edge of the box. But I don't think he'll be shy in having a go unless they decide on a double bluff here, Feyenoord. It's got to be Van Hooijdonk, surely. There he goes! And he forced a save out of Toldo. Still not clear. Back in easily taken by Toldo from Kalou. Wasn't his best free kick either, but he still got it through the wall, which rather disintegrated. This might show us how. That was no cement at all in that, was there? Van Hooijdonk forces the first save of the game from Francesco Toldo, the Italian number 2 behind Gianluigi Buffon. Away goals count double after the 90 minutes, so if Feyenoord score, then we certainly can't have extra time, and then Inter Milan would need 3. So it's perfectly poised with Inter playing their strongest side, a goal down, away from home, and here's Thomasson for Feyenoord. Van Hooydonk's desperately trying to stay on side. It's been switched to Van Persie. Oh, it's a nice run by Robin Van Persie. And no free kick. There were a couple of challenges that came in that had the crowd screaming at the referee. Now here's Ronaldo for Inter Milan. Oh, he finds space from nowhere. Just when you think he's hemmed in, just earns himself a yard. Van Vonderen couldn't get to him. That burst of pace and the left foot shot, and that's an excellent stop by Zotabaya. It was sneaking in the corner from the Brazilian. Van Marwijk on the right there. Van Persie taking on Ferraro and beating him. Van Hooijdonk scores! And Feyenoord go 2 up overall, 1 up on the night, and now Inter Milan have got a real job on. You give him a sniff, this man, and he will take it. It was a beautifully worked ball then, and from the moment he rose, he looked like he was going to bury it. That's 6 now in the UEFA Cup for Pierre Van Hooijdonk. You can't keep a good man down. Plenty of credit though to Van Persie, who hung it up. He took on his man Ferraro, did him on the outside, and look how much ground Van Hooijdonk made to get there. Head down from Van Persie, and that is a trademark Van Hooijdonk goal. Absolutely no way that Zanetti was going to get there. 17 minutes gone. Feyenoord lead 1-0 on the night and 2-0 overall. And what we can say now is that there will not be extra time. Boswell. Get a corner for that. Brett Emerton, the Australian, coming across to take the corner. There's a couple of extra loud flares go off in the stands. There's the man whose goal devised the size. He scored the one tonight. He created the confusion that led to the own goal last week. He got an equaliser against PSV 3 minutes into stoppage time, then took a successful penalty. Not that they're a one-man team. Emerton's corner. Van Hooijdonk again was the nearest Feyenoord man to it. Nearly 250 league goals in his career, and 20 or more goals in a season 7 times. He is quality. Forward it goes from Ferraro. And by Boswell. Van Hooijdonk. And there's no offside here. And Kalou can effectively finish it. And he hasn't. But Thomasson has. The flag stayed down. Feyenoord lead by 2 on the night. And by 3 overall. And there is a state of disbelief among some of the supporters here. His first goal in the UEFA Cup, Jon Dahl Tomasson. And they were desperately short of cover, Inter Milan. And surely now there's no way back. They would have to get 4. Kalou took it on. Wasn't the best of strikes. Toldo got a hand to it, and then Thomasson gleefully slid it in. Lovely touch though from Van Hooijdonk. He's always involved somewhere down the line. Toldo got down smartly, but he couldn't get to the Danes' rebound. Two 2-0 now for Feyenoord, and it should be game, set and match, because Inter Milan need to score at least 4 times, Has been done, just not very often. Just got some news in that AC Milan, who lost 4-0 to Borussia Dortmund in the first leg, are now 2 goals up in the second leg, so there's some life left in that tie yet, more so than there is here. Seedorf, he can never write off for Inter if they were to get one back before the break. Remember a game in the Champions... Oh, hello. Someone's got a knock, clearly. Leonardo, the Brazilian, is going to come on. And Van Persie, who has been battling valiantly since the 10th or so minute, is not going to be able to continue. And that's a pity, because he's a really bright young prospect. He set up the first goal. I'm afraid my Dutch isn't good enough to translate that. Van Persie equals something. And he's got a lot of talent. It's not a bad try. And it fizzed over the top of Zotabayer's cross, but Dalmat does strike a mean ball. Left foot. Foul against Pierre Van Hooijdonk. Illegal jump with Marco Materazzi. Ronaldo needs it for Zanetti. Showed too much of that to Kalou, and he doesn't need a second invitation. Back from Thomason. Still Kalou. Got a man over here. He just drifted inside Emerton. That was a pity. Otherwise, they would have had another golden chance. And then straight at Toldo's goal. In the meantime, Ronaldo is going to pull one back. No, he's not. Off the line. Would have been a goal out of nothing, but it didn't go in. Emre. And Ronaldo can't reach that. What a vital goal line clearance that was from Kies van Vonderen. Just when it looked like Ronaldo was going to give Inter some hope, and he was onside. That was a good decision by the assistant official, who's got pretty much everything right tonight so far. Got it around Zotabayer, who thought about bringing him down and then didn't, and Van Vonderen in the nick of time to knock it away. First half that has the fans on their feet as the referee blows his whistle. 2 up. Van Hooijdonk got the first after 17 minutes from an excellent cross from Van Persie, and then Jon Dahl Tomasson added the second 10 minutes before half-time. Score then after 45 minutes, final 2, Inter Milan 0. The Dutch side lead by 3-0 on aggregate. Welcome back to the De Kuip Stadium in Rotterdam. And if you're just joining us, Feyenoord are in total command here. 2-0 ahead on the night, 3-0 ahead on aggregate. And Inter Milan with a near impossible task. They have to score 4 times in the second half to get to the UEFA Cup final, where they'll play either AC Milan or Borussia Dortmund, and the half-time whistle has just gone in the San Siro. Milan 2 up, but still trailing 4-2 overall. Every minute that goes past without Inter Milan scoring, Feyenoord will take heart from. Seedorf, though, hangs it up, and it came off the top of the bar and stayed in play. I think Zotabayer misjudged that, and he thought it was drifting over. I'm not sure if it was intended as a shot from Seedorf. I suspect not, actually. Goalkeeper, look, he turned over and looked behind him anxiously there. Hooijdonk battling. Referee saw nothing wrong. And then have a player down. It's Marco Materazzi. A bang in the face, I think. And it doesn't want the sympathy of Van Hooijdonk, and suggesting that the Dutchman was using his elbow. Well, he did, but I don't think it was intentional. I don't think he knew that Materazzi was there. 3 spells at Perugia, Materazzi, and then went to Everton in the English Premiership. That didn't work out. Di Biagio. Ferraro. Emre. Seedorf took it at pace, and he's got a corner kick. Leonardo is basically known as an attacking player. He's a winger who loves to bomb forward, but may have to be a little more disciplined tonight under the circumstances. Another corner. Van Vonderen put it behind. Emre again, deep this time, free header far post, and it just skimmed the top of the bar from Ronaldo and then onto the roof of the net. He's had one cleared off the line, just clipped the woodwork, no one near him, and that's very dangerous from Feyenoord to leave Ronaldo unmarked. And there were accusations from both Ronaldo and also one of the substitutes tonight, Mohamed Kallon, who played in the first game, that the Feyenoord were over physical and were very lucky to have won. So there is a little bit of bad feeling between these teams. Emerton sold a neat dummy there. Very good. Leonardo. Oh, surprised the goalkeeper, I think, who was expecting a cross. Leonardo went for goal, and Toldo had to adjust very rapidly. Very cheeky from Brett Emerson, quick feet from Leonardo, saw a gap at the near post, which Toldo only just covered. Leonardo will take the corner himself, towards Van Hooijdonk, who had a free jump at it, and Kalou will keep it in. And then give it straight to Ronaldo. Who was tripped. Free kick into Milan. Not down is for Ronaldo. Still Ronaldo. 3 there to try and block the shot. And then it skipped away from Sergio Conceição. Now they've got a few players forward here, Feyenoord. It's Kalou on the ball. Bosvelt got a touch. Couldn't divert it through to Jondal Thomason. Gia. Bosvelt jumping. It was Thomason, in fact, jumping. And he was being pushed as he did so. And that's why the referee's given Feyenoord the free kick. Di Biagio. And he made the challenge. Right through the back of Jondal Thomason. Oh, led with his elbow. It's even worse from that angle, right in front of the referee. And Hooijdonk would normally be favourite. Just wonder whether they might not change this and let Howie have a strike. We'll soon see. It is Van Hooijdonk, not his best. Emerton. Arros. Leonardo. And skinned Ferraro. Just too deep the cross, but Kalou has got there. Bosvelt mishit it. Jondal Thomason. Could so easily have been another one. It's gone behind for the corner. it must have come off Di Biagio, but they were threatening again there, Feyenoord. Bosvelt screwed the shot, and indeed it was Di Biagio who got there just before Jon Dahl Tomasson. "28 years since they last won this trophy, Feyenoord, and they are less than a half an hour away from the final." There's a yellow card here. I can only assume for time wasting. It's Brett Emerton. Quite why you want to waste time when you're 3 up overall. Trying to go through a gap that wasn't really there. Zanetti tidied up for Inter Milan. And such is the view of Hector Cúper, who thinks the game is up now, that Ronaldo's coming off. Mohamed Kallon, striker from Sierra Leone, is on in his place. Don't be fooled by the number. He's not the left back. He does play centre forward. Conceição. Materazzi. Kallon jumping, and he won it too. Chance here, must be surely. It's just not going to go for Milan tonight. Zottabaia very quickly off his line, but even so, Kallon won the header. Ventola should have scored. Stubbed it into the ground, really. And the miss is followed by an aimless ball. Well, never walk alone is the chant now from the Feyenoord fans. I've been mainly singing in English all night. Emerton. Leonardo Dos Santos has lost out. It's a free kick. Guillaume generally plays with a smile on his face, and his prayers have been answered. We saw him going through his prayer ritual just before the kick-off. No doubt he'll be at it again before the final. Whoever Feyenoord end up playing in that showpiece event. Like a hand there by Mohamed Kallon. Referee didn't agree. About the nearest that Inter Milan have come in the second half. All the final players were appealing for a free kick. Wasn't given. Conceição will take the corner. Got a flick on. Zanetti! In. Consolation only. May have taken a slight deflection, but it's come far, far too late. 84 minutes played. Corner wasn't properly defended, and finally, after 174 minutes of football, Zottabaia is beaten by Cristiano Zanetti. Couldn't imagine that coach Van Marwijk is that bothered. They still need another 3 in less than 6 minutes. Inter Milan, who look certain to be in the Champions League next season. They weren't in it this year. They began their UEFA Cup campaign way back in September against Borisov and had to come through all those various rounds. Brasov it was, in fact. Then Wisla Krakow and Ipswich Town, who they lost to away from home. AEK Athens. Then a really tough one against Valencia. Feyenoord, who have put out Freiburg and all of the Bundesliga. Then Glasgow Rangers, and then TSV, as I mentioned, and now the biggest scalp of all, Internazionale, who have got a free kick to try and make the scoreline a little more respectable. Dalmat into Omre. That looked like a penalty. It is. It's not going to matter. But we're going to have a late penalty here. We're 2 minutes into stoppage time. Looked like a very straightforward decision for Antonio Lopez Nieto to make. Omre taken down by Leonardo dos Santos. Referee just telling Zotabaya to get back on his line. He's trying to waste a bit of time. He doesn't really need to. They still have to score twice more, even if this goes in. It's Callon. Good penalty. So that's Callon's 6th goal in the Champions League. It brings it back to 2-2 on the night. But it's still 3-2 overall to Feyenoord. And there's hardly going to be time for them to kick off. Referee's had a couple of checks of the watch. We've now played the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Leonardo. Good run. Leonardo dos Santos was trying to get there on the far side. Not able to. Touched by Callon. See now, Inter have got interested. Oh, the cross is overhit. How long are you playing, he says. We've had 3 minutes, surely. And that is it. Now the stadium could go wild. A famous night for Feyenoord. Ahead at half-time through Van Hooijdonk and Thomason. 2 late goals from Inter Milan gave them a little scare towards the end. Cristiano Zanetti and then Callon, the substitute, from the penalty spot. But the smile said all. The Dutch team have turned over the Italians, and it's they who are going to the UEFA Cup final. Final score, Feyenoord 2, Inter Milan 2 on the night. Feyenoord go through to the final by 3-2 on aggregate.
E mi torna